the first part, the first part of our work from today is writing an inequality. And I gave you guys a graph with the line graph in there. So we're gonna do simple as just writing the inequality. What I want you guys to do is first choose the letter. I'm gonna choose X just to choose the letter, but write any letter that you wish. Looking at my arrow, it's a 3, it's a closed circle. It's a closed circle at 3, and it goes towards the left. So I'm going to go less than or equal to 3. That's all I'm going to write. Like I give you guys a graph, you give me the inequality. After question 10, I'll give you guys will have to figure out the inequality and graph it. Like I said, for right now, I give you guys the graph, and you give me the inequality. Yeah. The letter, once again, the letter you guys choose is it's your choice. I wrote X just to write a letter. The interesting part, what I'm looking at the inequality is you understand that the key number is 3, so that's where the circle is. You understand that the circle is closed, so obviously put the little line at the bottom of the inequality, and you know the direction of the arrow, right? It goes towards the left, so I should have the short side of the arrow with the left. Looking at question number 2, I'm going to say X. I notice my key number is 3, so I'm going to put a 3 there. It's an open circle that goes towards the right, so I'm not going to put a line, but I'm going to put the big side of the arrow with the letter. So, any questions for the first 10? No? All right, looking at question number 11. First thing that I do, I'm going to treat them like we used to do our equal signs. I separate them through the inequality sign. That 10 has nothing to do with the letter, right? I'm looking at the side where the letter is. That 10 has nothing to do with it. So I'm going to change it to the other side, and don't forget to switch the side. So it becomes negative 10. So I have negative 1 is greater than m over 18. Now trying to have the letter by itself, I see division. First, the way I'm going to undo a division, I'm going to multiply both sides by 18. Because that way, 18 divided by 18 is 1, so it goes away. So I'm going to have negative 18, right, because I multiply those out. Negative 18 is greater than m. I know I told you guys that every time we multiply or divide by negative, we flip the sign. I did not flip it because I technically multiply by positive 18. All right, so my key number is negative 18. It's open circle, and the letters on the short side of the arrow, so I'm going to go towards the left. So you have to figure out the inequality and then graph. Looking at question number 12, once again, I separate them through the inequality sign. I see where the letter is. I notice the 6 has nothing to do with the letter. So let me move the plus 6 to the to the right side as a minus 6. So I have x over 8 is less than negative 1. To undo a fraction, let me multiply both sides by 8. So I'm going to get x is less than negative 8. So now I go, negative 8 is my port number. It's an open circle. And in this case, I go towards the left. If you guys are quite not sure which side you guys, where the arrow goes to, pick a number from there. Like I'm picking negative 10 and place it in there. Negative 10 less than negative 8? Yes, it is. So any number from there, from this side, makes a statement true. Any number from this other side makes a statement not true. Let me take a look at number 14. We don't have fractions here, but I'm going to move. I see where the letter is. I notice this positive 4 has nothing to do with the letter, so I'm going to move it to the other side as a minus 4. So I have that 4v is greater than negative 76. Now this is multiplication. Two things put together is multiplying. The opposite, let me divide by 4. So V is greater than negative 19. Even though my answer is negative, I did not flip the arrow because technically I divided by positive 4. Right? Every time you multiply, divide by negative, you flip the arrow, but we divided by positive 4, so no flipping. So my negative 19 is here. It's an open circle, and I go towards the big numbers. What I suggest is always see where the letter is, get rid of the number that has nothing to do with it. So usually, most of the time we're going to do addition or subtraction first. The time when we're not going to start with that, let me start with something like number 16. Right, I separate them through the equal sign. I cannot move just the 1 to the left side because the 1 is part of a fraction. Right, the 4 makes everything on the right side a fraction. So in order for me to be able to move the 1, let me get rid of fractions first. Since a 4 is at the bottom of the fraction, let me multiply both of my sides by 4. Hold on, just this thing froze for a minute. Once again, I'm not moving the 1 by itself yet because it's part of a fraction, so let me get rid of fractions. So again, I'm just waiting on my smart tablet. There we go. Alright, so let me multiply both of my sides by 4. Because by multiplying by 4, I basically get rid of the fraction. So I'm going to have 8 is greater than 1 plus n. Now I can move the 1. The other side is a negative 1. So I get that 7 is greater than n. 7 is my important number. It's an open circle. N is on the short side of the arrow. So I go towards the short number. Any questions? We're good? All right, let me take roll really quick.